All right, we're back and we're gonna do another exciting fishing trip, but this one's gonna be, well, the reason I was in my kayak the last trip is because I had some difficulties with this truck right here. It's not wanting to pull this boat right here very well. It's just like an old horse. It's got 305,000 miles on it, and it sometimes just gets really, well, it gets mean, and it doesn't want to. It doesn't get mean. It just doesn't want to. It just doesn't want to do what I want it to do, like an old horse. So we're gonna try today to pull this boat behind this old horse, and just, gosh, there's a body of water that I haven't fished before, and I really want to get this boat on it, and that's what we're gonna try to do today. And use a lure I haven't used before. Just let's just keep our fingers crossed. All right, well, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous right now. Guys, we have made it. Hallelujah. Now, hopefully, we have a ramp here that's worth a damn. This is a body of water that I've never been to before. Looked at a satellite map and just kind of determined, okay, this could be awesome. It's a small lake, doesn't get a lot of action. I'm gonna rig up one of these Rapala CrushCity Customs Bronco Bugs. This is 4 inches and it's black and blue. I like black and blue. This is actually black and blue flake. The water here is pretty off color, so that black and blue, I really like that color combination. And this Bronco Bug is like, it's basically like it's a creature bait, you know. So this is Rapala's version, which is really cool that Rapala's coming out with like soft plastics now. Like everything Rapala makes is awesome, so I'm sure these are going to be awesome, but this is their version of a creature bait. So let's check it out. Let's open it up. And I love, like, nowadays it seems like all the packaging is done in a way that it protects the plastics. They want to make sure that action stays correct, and you're not having any weird, you know, the plastics misshapen or something. So I really like how they're packaging soft plastics now. But so immediately what you see about this bait, I mean, it's got these big kind of flappers, you know. They're kind of, I guess they'd be claws, but the action of this bait, I've seen this underwater, and it's got quite a bit of action to it. Also with these appendages on the sides, they have a lot of action. I really like this bait though. It's got, in the middle here, it's got ridges. That might make it easier to rig, less plastic to go through. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna rig it with VMC wide gap 4/0 offset. This is an offset point resin closed eye. These are pretty highfalutin hooks here. VMC is coming out with a lot of cool stuff. And so yeah, that's a closed eye through there. There's no, you know, so your hook, your knot isn't going to get in there and damage your knot. So I thought that was really cool. And so what else do we need on here? We're going to put a sinker stop, VMC sinker stop on here, and this is a medium size that I'm using, so we'll grab one of these out of here like so. So that's a medium. So this is the first part of the process here, so we'll just grab one of these, put the line through. All right, and then just put that sinker stop on there like so. All right, so that's on there now. We'll put on one of these VMC tungsten 1/4 ounce worm weights. I think that's going to be a good size for in here. We're not going to be punching you know, through any thick vegetation. We're going to be primarily kind of fishing the edges of vegetation. So we'll put that on, thread that on. Again, that's a 1/4 ounce, and you can see how that works nicely with that sinker stop, that medium sinker stop there. All right, and I'll just tie on a Palomar knot. You always want to make sure you wet that knot, especially with fluorocarbon. It does not do well with friction, with heat. So we'll just make a tag in here. That works for me. And what's cool about this is that you can rig it really, you know, on both sides if you want. It seems like this is the side that I would prefer because, you know, it's very important. We've got the eyes here. We don't have eyes here, so these two eyes are critical. I'm being sarcastic, of course, right now. But what is nice about it is that they build this, they design this so that it's, you know, you can use both sides of the bait. There are so many bugs out right now. It's driving me crazy. Go in like so. Come out. Past the eye. All right. And we'll come in, basically just going to go right here, out, and those ribs are perfect for skin hooking. Kind of see how these were designed. The reason for them is that it's just perfect for skin hooking. You don't even, look at that, you don't even have to bring the hook point back in. It just, all those ribs there, just allow it to sit in there, and it hides that hook point just perfectly. Awesome, awesome design of that bait. Don't even have to go back in with a hook point. All right, I'll bring the sinker stop back down, and there is the beautiful finished product. Let's go fishing. Oh my God, that was amazing. Oh my Lord. Oh, we're gonna have fun today. We are gonna have fun today. Come here. Oh, I needed that. I needed that. God dang. So I am all kinds of jacked up on the Bronco. I can't even talk. On the Bronco Bug, baby. Yeah, these okay, so we got the hook. This is a problem with nets, but I'm in a deep V boat and I've got to use a net because I'm so high up over here. But in Minnesota, you have to be a multi-species angler. You really do, because there's so many times of the year where these guys, you can't even fish for them. So we have these crazy things called seasons. I won't get into it, but anyway. So my point is, you got to have a multi-species boat. Thus, that's why I'm in this boat. But that's a nice largemouth. That fish is thick. This, just by even looking at this fish, I know that this fishery is most likely in very good shape. So I have landed. It's taken a little bit of time, but I have landed on a fantastic largemouth bass fishery, I think. So what's going on right here is I've got this isolated, like, kind of patches of sago is what it's called. And it's kind of like, it's just branchy, right? And this filamentous algae, they call it filamentous algae because it's in filaments and it just kind of packs up and mats up. That stuff has it's gotten onto the tops of this sago, and it's kind of making a canopy. It's making a canopy. And I actually saw that fish, when I pitched in there, I saw that fish move the top of that sago. And then I saw my line moving off, and the rest is history. So I'm the only boat out here, and it's a Sunday. It's July 4th weekend. You gotta love Minnesota. There's one. Oh my God, what do I? God, that's another nice bass there. I thought I had a carp there for a second. There's so many carp around here. Oh my gosh. Come over here. Oh, yes. Yes. Golly, these are nice fish. This is a heck of an average in here, y'all. Heck of an average. I should say, I've only caught two. I'm getting way too wound up. Let's bring this one closer. Okay, it deserves getting closer over here. That is a good one. Okay, and this is a largemouth lake, I'm telling you. And what's great, I keep saying this, but what's great about Minnesota is that largemouth are kind of considered green carp. Okay, and so they get left alone. And that's why I'm the only one out here right now. And that is just, that's a nice largemouth right there. Nice largemouth. So they're in the sago and filamentous algae. Ooh. And it seems like what's going on is like the most kind of, what am I trying to say? The most grouped up sago with the, you know, and bunched up filamentous algae. I'm just going to call it algae because I sound like a moron saying filamentous algae. The more it's bunched up and making a canopy, it seems like that's where it's at right now. Oh, God, is that fun. Boy, we're going to catch a big one today. Golly. How big are you, bud? Nice one. Oh my gosh, these fish are definitely out. They're definitely out deeper. Nice fish. My goodness, is that fun. Oh, these fish are built well too, man. There is going to be a giant put aboard this boat today. Oh my God, is this a good looking fish. Lord. I mean, hooked. Perfect, and it just came out. These fish are built. That's a beautiful largemouth. Come center stage here, buddy. That is just, when you've got that kind of, you know, wide body there, that's just a beautiful largemouth. These fish are healthy in here. Oh my gosh, is that fun. I love fishing like this. I love just target fishing, you know, finding a piece of cover and pitching a jig or a creature bait like what I'm using today, this Bronco Bug. And what I found, you know, I went in shallower, went real shallow, fished the reeds, the cattails in shallow, but it's this outside stuff, this deeper, patchy like sago. Some of it's, you know, coontail and milfoil, but it mats up, the algae mats on top of it, and they're just out. They're out. And which makes sense. It's July. It's actually July 7th, so we're getting into the, you know, more into summer here. The water temp is 76.6, and I'm sitting in, of course, my graph. My graph situation has been so terrible, but it's deeper out here. It's about 4.5 foot deep. In shallow, not so good. So I'm learning this lake. I'm learning what these bass are doing right now. And this is what it's all about. I love this so much. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, is that a good fish? Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, my hook sets today are so ugly. This is a big fish, y'all. I haven't caught a largemouth this big in a long time. Oh my gosh. My hook sets are so ugly. I am so rusty. Oh gosh, this is a nice largemouth here. Oh my gosh, come here, buddy. Or girl. Don't. Oh my gosh. Oh God, this is a good one. Get in here, please. Oh. Jeez. God. Oh my gosh, they are, this is a good one. This is a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Wowzers. Hello. Okay, well, yeah, so I've got a new favorite lake. And oh, this fish is never coming off either. That is just a beautiful fish. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh, fought like crazy. Let's see how we can do this, sweetheart. You've got this kind of strange here. I don't want to hurt you here. Oh, can we do this like so? Like that. What a largemouth. Goodness gracious. Let's get this one up here. That is a nice largemouth, over 4 pounds. And yeah, I knew when, you know, the first 3 fish, just the way they were bodied, you know, really wide and just, you know, I mean, they're eating a lot in here. This is a very, very fertile fishery. Let's get this fish back. See ya. Wow. Oh my gosh, is that cool. This is a very, very fertile fishery. I'm surrounded by farmland here. And what happens in Minnesota, particularly central and southern Minnesota, is you have runoff from these fields that is high in phosphorus, nutrients basically. And it just is like, it's miracle grow for a fishery. And I live on a little lake that has the same, let's call it, issue. A lot of homeowners on lakes don't like it because the lake gets green. You have these big algae blooms. But as a fisherman, it's fantastic because it really is fertilizing the lake and everything is just supercharged. And so when I caught those first 3 fish, I was like, yeah, this lake is, these fish are built. And so I just knew that eventually we get a bigger fish like that. And who knows, it's very possible this lake may have a number of those in it and bigger. I would not be a bit surprised by that. I think it's actually likely. So one thing I wanted to talk about with that Bronco Bug, so that was a first fish with a new one on there. I had gone through 3 of them, or let me put it this way, I'd caught 3 fish, and then that Bronco Bug, I had to get another one out. So you can get about, I'm thinking about 3 fish on 1 Bronco Bug. And you know, plastics, you know, soft plastics nowadays are getting so good. They're not cheap, but you know, I just love how that bait looks. And it's, you know, you're still, you know, 3 fish on that bait, you know, that's not bad. So it's pricey, but the thing is just, it's an awesome looking bait. The flappers on it, I'll talk more about this later, but they're heavy, right? There's actually a lot of salt in that bait too. But those flappers, let's call them, they're really heavy, and they just kind of just bang down in the water. When you lift the rod tip, they just boosh, boosh. And it's a really, really cool bait. So, oh my God, it's that fun. Let's get back at it. I jerked you, buddy. Oh my gosh. God, they are out here. They are out in this stuff. I think I might be able to just come on aboard. Oh God. Honestly, I'm so rusty. It's been a year, like honestly, a year since I fished like this. And my hook sets are pretty bad. I'm just rusty. I don't know how else to put it. God, is that fun. My Lord. Yeah, so I'm in 3.5, 4 feet of water out from the bank. And because this lake has so much nutrients in it, it has algae blooms, you don't have great water clarity. So the vegetation doesn't have enough sunlight penetration, so it can't grow up in deep water. It can only grow out to like, well, it can only grow out to 3.5, 4 feet. So this is why there isn't any other vegetation out there, is because there just isn't enough sunlight penetration to grow vegetation out there. So it just stops basically around 4 feet. And that's how far I'm coming out here and where I'm really concentrating. But yeah, it's really something that's kind of unique about, fisheries. I don't know if it's unique, but any fishery that you have algae blooms and, a lot of like natural lakes, you can't have, like there's milfoil, there's coontail in here, this sago grass that I was talking about earlier. It can only grow out, to that 3.5, 4 foot zone, because there's not enough light penetration. It's just because of the algae blooms, and this is like a weird water clarity. It's like a brownish. We've had a lot of rain, so typically this time of year and then into the summer, it'll just get really, really green. But I don't know if it's because we've had so much rain, it's more brown, and it's kind of keeping that algae bloom from really, rising to the top and getting really nasty. And it's almost like a nuclear lime green is what it looks like as you get later in the summer. But it's still not great water clarity, and so that vegetation cannot grow out very far. So I'm just concentrating on the vegetation that's out in the deepest water that can grow it, and so far so good. There's one. Golly, it's about time. Oh my gosh, it's a good one. Nice. Man, I've been working this beautiful looking weed line here. And finally, get in here. Oofa! Nice one. That's a boy, he's heavy. I mean, if he's a 4-pounder, I think. He's close. I mean, yeah, that is a chunkster, man. If he's not 4, he's darn close. Oh my God. I mean, sorry about that, buddy. These fish are built. Absolutely built. That fish is, if he's not 4, he's close. That's a really, really beautiful largemouth. Golly, when you get them this thick, look at that tail, how thick that is right there. That's what you want. Yeah, I've been working this awesome looking, it's mostly coontail, which is this big coontail edge, and finally he got that good one. That one's close to, if it's not 4, it's close to it. I'm not gonna get the scales out because sun's going down. I just want to fish as much as humanly possible. But yeah, I've been really picking this thing apart, and finally a good one there. I love it when your thumb starts getting jacked up. Look at that. Sandpaper mouths, man. They are not good for the thumb, but I'm all about it. I want to just kind of talk about this bait a little bit. It's looking like, yeah, 2 or 3 now that I've been fishing it. 2 or 3, this thing is getting so jacked. 2 or 3 fish, and then it's pretty much toast. And what happens is, because, Lord, I'm gonna try to get one more fish off this bait. But what happens is, the legs, these flappers, let's call them, it's really thin where, you know, where the flappers basically connect to the bait here. Let me try rigging this over again. The cool thing about this bait, I said earlier, is that you can use, you can fish it, you know, any way as far as like any side. So I was rigging it with the hook up on the side that the eyes were on. I'm gonna just switch it up now. Actually, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's go this way. So now it's just gonna technically, the hook's gonna be coming out of the belly. But what happens with these flappers is, that's not gonna work. Actually, we're gonna have to, that thing is toast. So yeah, 2 or 3 baits. Let's get another one out. Or 2 or 3 fish is about the max on these things. But it's all right. I don't have a chance to rig this up again for you. And okay, so again, this is a 1/4 ounce tungsten VMC worm weight. I got it pegged with a medium VMC sinker stop, and then this is a 4/0 wide gap VMC hook. And so just rig it like this and out, turn it around, in, and then you'll notice here, this is what I was talking about, these flappers really make a ruckus in the water. They're just constantly just, you know, just banging together. They're really heavy, but it's really thin right here where they connect to the main body there. It's really thin, and that's going to give you that crazy action, which is great. But it's a lot of times where that bait's going to fail and these are going to rip off, I've noticed. So just be aware of that. So we will, I'm basically coming out with the hook right where those flappers actually connect. And then I love this. These ribs are, I think, designed just to skin hook like that. And they have all these ribs, and this just makes it easy to skin hook in there, and that point stays in that bait. I think it's also good for scent. It'll hold scent well. So I'm really, really liking this bait. Just the attention to detail and everything in fishing now. Hard baits, but now soft plastics is awesome. God, I saw the line just going. Oh my God, what a fish. What a fish. Woo! Man, I just saw that. I'm like, it's not that deep here. The line should be stopping. You gotta really watch your line when you do this. It'll tell you when you're getting bit. This is a really big fish right here. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. This might be the biggest fish of the day right here. Come here, Bessie. Come here. Oh my gosh, what a fish. Oh. Jeez. Oh my God. I really, really needed this day. Oh my gosh, these fish are just built. Wow. That is just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's a 4-pound plus fish. Golly, I'm really curious what that is, but I don't. It's mad. I mean, if that's not a northern strain largemouth, look at how short and just stacked he is. He's just stacked. Oh, what a fish. What an absolute just beast. That fish is heavy. That is a 4+ pounder, 4.5. I don't know, but it's over 4. just, I mean, golly, what a fish. All right, well, that's gonna be the last fish of the day because that thing has gone below the horizon. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, wow. Ah, yeah, so they're out in this stuff. Yeah, oh man, we got pelicans over there. Guys, I have needed this. I've kind of had my butt handed to me the last few outings, so this really helps. So glad you could be here watching this, and I feel like you've been in the boat with me. Isn't this a great experience to be able to kind of you know, fish? It feels like I'm fishing with you out here. It's a weird thing, this YouTube and just video sharing in general. I'm a big fan. I've been doing it for a long time, and if you've been watching this channel since I started, I really appreciate all the support. And if you just started watching, welcome. And please like, subscribe, you know, all the fun stuff they say on YouTube, all the YouTubers. Man, great day.